glad you're here with us today. And if you're on DV Auctions, we're glad you're with us to watch your bid on there. So with that being said, I think we're ready to get the sale going. We do have a Springer feeder sale this Friday. That starts at 2, so just keep that in mind. We do have a sale this Friday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, 28.98 bull calf. Right there on the bull calf. Right there. Right there, 11 quarter, but $1,100 now, quarter half. You put them on 50, 1150, we get 50, we get 50, we get 1150. And now 75, 1175, 12. Here we get $1,200 now, quarter, we get 12 and a quarter half. Here put them on 1250, at 1250, we get 1250, we get 1250, we get 1250. Sold at over 1225, put them on 40 on 1. Yeah, 28.58 bull calf, 28.58 on the bull calf here. Right there, 1100. Out of everything 11, 11 here, everything 11. Now quarter, 11 a quarter, everything 11 a quarter. And now half here, put them on 50, 75, 11, 75, 12. Here, put them on 12. Wow, quarter, everything 12 and a quarter, half. Here, put them on 12, 50. At 12, 50, everything 50, everything 12, 30, 40, everything 40, 50, everything 12, 50, 60. At 12, 60, everything 60, everything 60, everything 60. Sold at over 12, 50, 40 on 1. 2902 bull calf, 2902 on the bull calf, 1100, everything 1100, everything 11, 1100, everything 11, everything 11, 11 here now, quarter, 11 here, everything 11 a quarter, everything 1125, and now 50, everything 50, everything 50, everything 50, 75, 11, 75, 75, 75, now 12 here, everything 12, now quarter, at 12 here, everything 12 and a quarter, 10, 20, everything 12, 20, everything 20, everything 20, now 30, 30, what about 30, everything 12, 30, and now 40, at 12, 40, everything 40, now 50, everything 12, 50, 50, everything 50, everything 50, everything 50, everything 50, sold at over 12, 40, 40 on 1. Hit 28.67 heifer, 28.67 on the heifer. Right there, put them at 12. Here we get 1,200. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12. Here we get 12,000. At 12 now quarter. Here we get $1,200 now quarter. Here we get 12, 12 and a quarter. Here we get 12 and a quarter. At 12, 12 and a quarter. Here we get 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter. Put them at 12.25. Now 50. At 12.50, 75, 12, 75, 75. Here we get 12, 75, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, half. Here put them on 50. We get 13.50. At 13.50, we get 50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 13.50. Sold at over 13.25. 40 on 20, 40 on 20, 40 on 20. 28.69 heifer, 28.69 heifer here. Right here, what about 12? 12 here, we get 1,200. Out of we get 12. Here, what about 12? Here, we get 12. Here, we get 12. Here, we get 12. 11 here, we get $1,100 now quarter. 11 a quarter, we get 11 a quarter. 11, 11 a quarter half. Here, what about 50? 11, 50, we get 50. 75, 11, 75, 12. Here, we get $1,200 now quarter. Now half, 12 and a half, 75 to 13, 13, 13. What about 13? 12, 75 here. What about 13? You say 13, 13, 13, 13. What about 13? We get 13. We get 13, 13. Sold at over 12.75, 90, 100. 28.66 bull calf, 28.66 on the bull calf here. At 1,100, already 11, 1,100, already 11 now quarter here now half. Here, but I'm on 50, 1150, we get 50, we get 50, 75, 11, 75, 75, 12. Here, but I'm at 1,200, already get 12 now quarter. We get 12, here, we get 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, team, but I'm at 10, 20, we get 12, 20, 20, we get 20, 30, 30, but about 30, we get 30, we get 30, we get 12, 30, 12, 30, 30, 30, 30, 40, we get 12, 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 12, 40, at 12, 40, we get 40, sold at over 12, 30, 10, 31. 28.68 bull calf, 28.68 on the bull calf, 15, 14, 14 a quarter, at $1,400 now quarter. We get 14 a quarter half. Here, what about 14 a half, 75, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, at 15 a quarter. We get 15 a quarter, 15, we get 15 a quarter, we get 15 a quarter, 15, we get 15, 25, sold at over 1,500, 90, 100. 29.10 bull calf, 29.10 on the bull calf. Right here we got there, but I'm on $800. We get 8. At 8 here, we get 8. We get 6. Here, but I'm on $600. We get 6. Here, we get 60. We get 60. We get 60. We get 60. We get 5 here, but I'm on 5. Here, $500. We get 5 here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, we get 5. 3, 3, 3, but I'm on 300. Here, we get 3, 3, 3. We get 3. We get $200. We get 2. At 2, 2, 2, but I'm on 2. We get $200. We get 200 here, but I'm at 1. 1 here, 100 now quarter. Got to be 1 a quarter half. At 150, 75, 175 now 2, 2, but I'm on $200 now quarter. 2 and a quarter half. Yeah, but I'm on 250, 75. And now 3, 3, but I'm on 3. We get $300. We get 3, 3, 3 quarter, but I'm on 3 and a quarter. We get 3 and a quarter half. At 350, but I'm on 50, 75. Here, but I'm on 375, 350, 75, 350. We get 375, 375. Sold at over 350, 27.95. Yeah, 28.63 bull calf, 28.63 on the bull calf. Right here, we get 1,000. Here, but I'm on $1,000. We get 1,000. We get $1,000 now quarter. But I'm at 10. We get 10 a quarter. We get 10, 25, 50. 10, 50, 75, 10, 75. Here, we get 10, 75. Now 11. $1,100 now quarter. 11 a quarter. We get 11 a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 50, 75. 11, 75, 75, 75. Now 12. Here, but I'm at 12. 12 now quarter. We get 12 and a quarter. We get 12, 10, 10, 10. But I'm at 10, 20. 12, 20 now 30. We get 30. We get 30, 40. We get 12, 40. We get 40. We get 40. Sold at over 12, 30, 40 on 1. 2908 bull calf, 2908 on the bull calf here. I right here, everybody get 1,000, 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 everybody get 900. At 9 here, everybody get 9, everybody get 900, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, 8, everybody get 800 now, quarter, everybody get 8 here, everybody get 8 and a quarter. At 8 here, everybody get 8 and a quarter, 800 now, quarter, everybody get 8 and a quarter, 8 here, now quarter and a half, everybody on 850. At 850, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, 25, 50, 75, 8, 75, 75, 75, 8, 75, 75, sold at over 850, 90, 100, 2901. Bull calf, 2901, bull calf here. Right there, everybody get 1,100, everybody get 11, 1,100, everybody get 11, everybody get 1,100, everybody get 1,000, 1,000 here, everybody want 1,000, everybody get 1,000, 1,000, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 900, everybody get 9, 9 quarter, 9 here, everybody get 9 quarter, half, everybody want 50, now 75, 9, 75, here, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 1,000, now quarter, everybody get 10, everybody get 10 quarter, half, everybody want 10, 50, 75, now 11, 10, 75, here, everybody get 11, 10, 75, here, everybody get 11, 10, 75, here, everybody get 11, sold at over 10, 75, 10, 31. 2905 bull calf, 2905 on the bull calf here. Right here, everybody get 900, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, 8, here, everybody get 800, everybody get 8. At 8 here, everybody get 8, everybody get 800, everybody get 8, 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 6, here, everybody get 6, 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 everybody get 5. Hit 5 quarter, but I'm here now, quarter, 5 and a quarter, 5 and a quarter, half, 5 and a half, 75 down 6, here, everybody get 600, everybody get 6. And now quarter, 6 and a quarter, half, here, everybody 6 and a half, 75, here, everybody get 675, now 7. That's 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7, 675, here, everybody 7, 7, everybody get 7, 675, here, everybody get 7, 675, here, everybody get 7, sold at over 675, 2795. Yeah, 2848 bull calf, 2848 on the bull calf. Yeah, right here, 1,100, everybody get 11, 1,100, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, now quarter, 11 here, everybody get 11, a quarter, everybody get 11, 25, 50, 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, 75, 11, 75, 75, 75, down 12 here, everybody get 1,200, everybody get 12, now quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, half, here, everybody get 12, 50, 12, 50, everybody get 50, did you say 12, 50, everybody get 50, you're doing, but I'm on 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, everybody get 30, sold, right over 12, 25, 40 on 1, 29, 12, bull calf, 29, 12 on the bull calf. Here we go, 2912 on the bull calf. Right here on this one. Right here, but I'm on 11. Everybody get 1,100. Everybody get 11. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. But I'm on 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 800. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. Everybody get 8. 5. Here, but I'm on 5. 2. Everybody get 200. Everybody get 2. $200 now quarter. Everybody get $200 now quarter. Everybody get 2 and a quarter. 2. 2 and a quarter. Everybody get 2 and a quarter. But I'm on 2. Everybody get 2 and a quarter. Half. Here, but I'm on 250. 75. 275. 275. Down 3. 3 down quarter. 3 and a quarter. At $300 now quarter. Everybody get 3 and a quarter. $300 now quarter. Everybody get 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter. 325. Sold up over 300. I had you up there. You want it for 300? He said it's yours. What's your number, sir? 8602. 2897. Bull calf. 2897 on a bull calf. Here we go, right there, 1,100, everybody 11, everybody 1,100, everybody 11, 11 here, everybody 1,100, everybody 11, everybody 11, now a quarter, 11 a quarter, 11, 25, 50, 50, 75, 11, 75, 75, down 12 here, but I'm at $1,200 now, quarter, everybody get 12 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm at 12, 50, 75, 12, 75, 12, 75, 60, 60, 60, 70, everybody get 12, somebody now 80, at 80, everybody get 80, everybody get 80, everybody get 12, 80, everybody get 80, everybody get 80, everybody get 80, everybody get 80, sold at over 12, 70, 10, 31. 2862 bull calf, 2862 on the bull calf here. Right here, 1,100, everybody 11. 11 here, everybody 11. 1,100 now quarter, 11 a quarter, everybody 11 a quarter. 11.25, 25, everybody get 25. 11.25, 25 here, down 50. 11.50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, 75, 11, 75, 75, 12 here, but about 1,200, everybody get 12, down quarter, now half. Here, but about 12.50, 12.50, 75, 12, 75, 60, 60, 70, everybody get 12, 70, now 80. 12.80, everybody get 80, everybody get 80, everybody get 80, everybody get 80, sold at over 12.70, 10, 31. Yeah, 2849 bull calf, 2849 on the bull calf here. Right here, 1,100, everybody 1,100, everybody 11, 11, everybody 11, now quarter, 11 a quarter, everybody 11, 25, 25, here, 11, 25, 50, 11, 50, everybody get 50, 75 here, everybody get 75, 75, 75, down 12 here, but about 12, 12 and a quarter, sir, 12 and a quarter, half, here, but about 12, 50, 12, 50, but about 50, everybody get 50, 75, 12, 75, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, half, 13 a half, 75, 13, 75, 75, here, but about 13, 75, here, but about 75, sold up over 13 a half, 40 on 1. 2942 bull calf, 2942 on the bull calf. Right here, 1,200. Here, but about 12 quarter. $1,200 now quarter. Everybody get 12 and a quarter, half. Here, but about 12.50, 75. Here, but about 12.75. 12.60 now 70. So everybody get 70 now 80. Everybody get 12.80 now 90. Everybody get 12.90, 12.90 now 13, 13, 13, 13. But about 13, 13, 10, 10, 10, 10. But about 10. Everybody get 13, 10. Sold it over 1,300. 10, 31. Yeah, 29.11 bull calf, 29.11 on the bull calf. Right there on this one. Here we go, about 1,000. Here we get time, about 1,000. Here we get 1,000. Here we get time, about 900. Here we get 9. Here we get 900. Here we get 9,800. At 8 here, about 8. Here we get 8. Here we get 8. 7. Here we get 7. Here we get 7. Here we get 5 here, about 500. Here we get 5. Here about 5. 3. 3. 3. About 3. We get 300 now. Quarter. 3 and a quarter. Half. Here about 350. Somebody about 3. Somebody about 3. Somebody about 4. We get $400 now. Quarter. 4 and a quarter up here now. Half. Here about 450. Somebody 5. 475. 450 now. Somebody about here. We get 4. Somebody about 450. We get 475. Sold it over 450. 27.95. 27.95. 29.29 bull calf right there. 29.29 on the bull calf right there. But about 14. But about 14. We get 14. We get 13. 13. 13. We get 13. We get 13. 12. Here. But about 12. 12 here. But about 12. Here. We get 12,000. Here we get down. But about $10. We get 1,000. Here we get 8. Here we get $800. We get 8. Here we get 8. 6. Here we get 6. Here we get 6. Here we get 5. At 5 now. Quarter. 5 here now. Quarter. Here we get 5 here. But about 5 and a quarter. At 5. 5 and a quarter. Here we get 5 and a quarter. $500 now. Quarter. Here we get 5 here. We get 5 and a quarter. Here we get 5 and a quarter. $500 now. Half. Here. But about 550. 75. And now 6. Here we get 6 and now quarter. And now half. Here we get 6 and a half. 75. 675. Now 7 and now quarter. And now half. Here we get 7 and a half. 75. 8. We get 800 now quarter. 8 and a quarter half. Here we get 50. 75. 8. 75. 9. We get 9. We get 9. We get 9 quarter. And 9 and a quarter. 9 here. We get 9 and a quarter. 9 here now quarter. Right there. 900 now quarter. And 9 here. We get 9 and a quarter. We get 9 and a quarter. 9 here. We get 9. We get 9 and a quarter. We get 9 and a quarter. Sold at over 927.95. 29.06. Bull calf, 29.06 on the bull calf. Right here, we get 1,100. Here we get 11. We get 1,000. $1,000 now quarter. What about 10 a quarter half? Here, what about 10.50? 75. 10.75. Here we get 10.75. 10.50. 75. Now 11. $1,100 now quarter. 11 a quarter now half. Here, what about 50? 11.50. 75. 11.75. 12. Here, what about $1,200? We get 12. 12 here. 11.80 now 90. We get 90. We get 90. We get 90. 11.90. 11.80 here. We get 90. 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 Sold at over 11.80. 10.31. 29.28. Heifer, 29.28 on a heifer here. Right there, but about 14. 14, but about 14. 1,400, everybody get 14. 14, 13 a quarter. Now half, 13 and a half, 75 here. But about 13, 75. 75 here, but about 13, 75 to 14. At 14, we get 14 a quarter. 14 a quarter. At 14 a quarter. 14 a quarter half here, but about 14 and a half. 14 and a half here, we get 14 and a half. At 14 a quarter, we get 14 and a half. Sold it over 14 a quarter. 40 on 20. Yeah, 28.60 bull calf, 28.60 on the bull calf. Right here, we get 12. Here, we get about $1,200. We get 12. Here, we get 12. Here, we get 12. Here, we get 12. Here now, 11 a quarter. 11 here, we get 11 a quarter half. 11.50. 11.50. 75 here, we get 75. 11. 75. 12 here, we get 12. 12. 12 now quarter. 12 and a quarter half. Here, we get about 12.50. 12.50 down 30. 30. 30. 40. We get 12. 40. 50. We get 50. 60. We get 12. 60 now 70. 70. We get 70. We get 70. We get 12. 70 now 80. 12. 80 now 90. We get 12. 90 now 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. But about 13. 12. 90. We get 13. We get 13, sold it over 12.90, 5,900, 5,900, 29.43 bull calf, 29.43 bull calf. Right here, we get 1,100. We get 11. 11 here, we get 11. We get about 1,000. $1,000. We get 1,000. We get 1,000. Now quarter, but about 10. We get 10 a quarter. We get 10. 25. 25. 50. 10. 50. 10. 50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 10. 50. 75. 10. 75 here. Now 11. $1,100 now quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter half. 11.50. But about 50. We get 50. 75. 11. 75. 75. 12. Here, but about $1,200 now quarter. We get 12. Here, we get 12 and a quarter half. At 12.50. But about 50. We get 12.50. 30. 40. But about 12.40. We get 40. 50. We get 12.50. 60. We get 12.60. We get 60. We get 60. Now 70. Now 80. 12.80. We get 80. We get 80. We get 80. We get 12.80. 12.80. We get 80. We get 80. We get 80. Sold at over 12.70. 40 on 1. 29.07 bull calf, 29.07 on the bull calf. Right here, we get $1,100. $1,100 now quarter. 11 here, we get 11 a quarter. We get a quarter. We get 11.25. 50. 50. 75. 11. 75. 75. 12 here, but about $1,200 now quarter. We get 12. But about 12 and a quarter. Now half. 12 and a half. 60. We get 12.60. 60. We get 60. We get 60. We get 60. We get 12.60. Sold at over 12.50. 40 on 1. 28.59 bull calf, 28.59 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 12. Here we get 1,200. We get 12. 11 quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 here. We get 11 a quarter. We get 25. 11.25. 25 here. But about 25. You want in 11.25. Now 50. 50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 50. 75. 11.75. 75 here. We get 11.75. 11.75. 75. 75. Sold at over 11.50. 40 on 1. Yeah, 29.30 heifer. 29.30 on the heifer. Right here, but I'm telling you, we get 1,100. Here we get 11. We get 1,000. Here, but I'm telling you, we get 1,000. We get 1,000. We get 900. Here we get 9. 9. Here we get 9. We get 9. We get 9. We get 9. 8. At $800. We get 8. Here we get 8. We get 8. We get 8. 7. We get 700 now quarter. At 7, somebody GC 7, somebody get someone now quarter. At 7 a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 7.5. At 7.5, here, we get 7.5, 75, 75, B, we get 100 now quarter, 8 a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 50, 50. At 8.50 here, but I'm on 8.50, we get 50, we get 50. You got on, we get 8.50. At 8.25 down 50, 8.25 here, but I'm on 50, we get 50, we get 50. 25 here, but I'm on 50. Sold at over 8.25, 27, 95. 29.44 bull calf, 29.44 on the bull calf here. Right here, 12 here, but I'm on 1,200 now quarter. At 12 here, we get 12 and a quarter half here, but I'm on 12.50, 75, 12 something about 13, 13, 13. 12 something about here, but I'm on 13, 12 something about here, but I'm on 13. We get 13, we get 13. Sold at over 12.75, 10, 31. At 2,900 bull calf, 2,900 little weak right there. Here we go. Right there, and this and there, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, we get 5, 2. 2, we get 200. We get 2. 2, we get 2. We get 200. Here, but I'm at 1. At 1 here, but I'm at 1. Here, we get 1. But I'm at 1. We get 50. 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 We get 25. At 25, 25, 25, 50. But I'm on 50. Internet's on 25, 50. At $25 now 50. But I'm on 50. We get 50. We get 50. 25. Here, but I'm on 50. 25. Here, but I'm on 50. We get 50. We get 50. Sold at over 25 to the internet. 25. 915 Jabir. 915. 30-14 bull calf, 30-14 bull calf. Right here, we get 11, 1,100, we get 11, 11, we get 1,000, 1,000, we get 1,000, and now quarter, we get 10, 10, a quarter, we get 10, a quarter, 10, a quarter, we get 10, 25, at 10, 25, 10, 25, 50, we get 10, 50, 75, 10, 75, here, we get 75, 10, 75, at 10, 50, we get 10, 75, 11, we get 1,100, we get 11, and now quarter, 11, a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, at 12, here, we get 12, here, but I'm on 12, 12, here, we get 12, here, we get 12, here, 1180, now 90, 1190, we get 90, 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 sold at over 1180, 10, 31. 29, 22, bull calf, 29, 22 on the bull calf, 15, 15 now quarter, at $1,500 now quarter, we get 16, 16 a quarter, 16, 16 a quarter, 16, we get 16, quarter, we get 16, we get 16 quarter, 16, 25, sold at over 1,600, 40 on 20. 29, 25, heifer, 29, 25 on a heifer. Right here, but about 14, 14, but about 14, 14, we get 14. And now quarter, we get 14, a quarter, half, 14 and a half, 75, 14, 75, at 14 and a half, 75, 75, here, we get 75, here, we get 75, sold it over 14 and a half, 40 on 20. 29, 19, bull calf, 29, 19 on the bull calf, 15, 15, 16 and a quarter, at $1,500 now quarter, we get 14, we get 15 a quarter, half, 15 and a half, 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, at 15, 75, 75, 75, 15, we get 75, 15, 50, we get 75, here we get 15, 75, sold it over 15, 50, 90, 100. 29, 32, heifer, 29, 32 on a heifer here. I think about 14, at 14, 14, but I'm on 14, we get 14, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, but I'm on 13, 13 a quarter, at 13 a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, at 75, here we get 75, 13, 75, here we get 75, sold it over 13 and a half, 40 on 20. Yeah, 30-17, bull calf, 30-17 on the bull calf, 1,200. At 12 here, but I'm on 12. Here we get 1,200, we get 12, here we get 12, 11 quarter, 11 a quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 50, 11, 50, 75, 11, 75, 75, 12. Here, but I'm at 1,200 now quarter, 12, 12 and a quarter, half. Here, but I'm at 12, 50, 75, 12, 75, 60, 70. We get 12, 70, now 80, now 90. We get 12, 90, now 13, 13, 13, 13. But I'm at 13, 10, 10, 10, 20. 13, 20. We get 20, we get 20, we get 20, we get 20, we get 13, 20, 13, 20. 20, sold up over 13, 10, put them on 40 on 1. 29, 27, bull calf, 29, 27 on the bull calf. Right here, but about 12. Here we get 1,200, we get 12 quarter. At $1,200 now quarter, we get 12. Here we get 12 and a quarter. At 12 and a quarter, we get 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter half. Here, but about 12, 50, 75. And now 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter half. Here, but about 13 and a half, 75 to 14, 14, 14 a quarter half. At 14 and a half, 75. Now 15, 15, 15 a quarter, now half. Here, but about 15 and a half. At 15 and a half, here we get 15 and a half, 15 and a half. Sold it over 15 a quarter, 40 on 20. 30, 15, bull calf, 30, 15, bull calf here. Right here, 1,100. 1,100, we get 11, and 11, we get 11, 12, 12 here now, quarter. $1,200 now, quarter. We get 12 here, we get 12 and a quarter. 12, 12 and a quarter, we get 12, we get quarter, half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 75, 12, 75, say, what about 75? Sold it over 12 and a half, 40 on 1. 29, 88, bull calf, 29, 88 on the bull calf. Here we go on the bull calf, right there. And this one, we get 900, we get 9. Here we get 9, 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 8. At 800, we get 8. Here we get 8, we get 800, we get 8, we get 8, 7, 7, we get 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 7, 7, 7 now quarter. 700, we get 7 and a quarter, half, 7 and a half, 75 here. Now we get 800 now quarter, 8 and a quarter. At $800 now quarter, we get 8 here, we get 8 and a quarter. At $800 now quarter, we get 8 here, we get 8 and a quarter, we get 8 and a quarter, 8 and a quarter. Sold it over 827.95. 29.86 bull calf, 29.86 on the bull calf. Right here, but on 13, 13, 13, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, we get 13, we get 12, here, but on 12, 12, here, we get 12, 12, here, but on 12, here, we get 12, here, we get 12, here, we get 12, 11, here, we get $1,100 now, 11, she's 11, 11 here and a quarter, 11 here, we get 11 and a quarter, 11 and a quarter, we get 11 and a quarter, half, here, but on 11.50, 11.50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 11.50, 50, 50, we get 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, here, but on 12, 12 now quarter, 12, 12 and a quarter, we get 12 and a quarter, 12, 14, 14 and a quarter, 14, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, we get 14 a quarter, sold it over 1,490, 100. Yep, 30-16 bull calf, right here on this one. Here would have been 12, he would have been 1,200, he would get 12, here would have been 12, he would get 12, 1,200 now quarter, he would get 12, 12 and a quarter, he would get 12 and a quarter, you went in, would get 12 and a quarter, $1,200 now quarter, he would get 12 here now half, he would have been 12.50, 12.50, would get 50, would get 50, would get 12.50, 12.50, 75, 12.75, 12.60, 70, would get 12.70, 12.70, would get 70, would get 70, would get 70, would have been 12, would get 12.70, 12.70, sold it over 12.60, 10.31. 29, 26 heifer, 29, 26 on the heifer. Right team, but about 14, 14, but about 14, we get 14, we get 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter, we get $1,300 now quarter, we get 13, 13 a quarter, we get 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, and now half, here, but about 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, 75, here we get 13, 75, here we get 13, 75, sold it over 13 and a half, 90, 100, 29, 18. On the heifer here. Here we go on this one. Right there, but about 14, 14, but about 14, we get 13, 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 13, we get 12, here, but about 12, quarter, but about 12, here, we get 12 and a quarter, half. At 12.50, some of them here now, 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, we get 13 a quarter. At 13, we get 13 a quarter, we get 13 a quarter. Sold it over 1,300, 40 on 20. 29, 24, bull calf, right here, but about 15, 15, 15, but about 15, 14 a quarter, and now half, here, but about 14 and a half, 75 to 15, 15 a quarter, and now half, 15 and a half, 75 to 16, 16, 16, but about 16, 15, somebody about 16, not about 16, we get 16, 16, we get 16, sold it over 15, 75, 90, 100. 29, 31, bull calf, 29, 31 on a bull calf, 15, 15, but about 15, we get 50, we get 50, we get 50, we get 14, at 14, 14, but about 14, 14, but about 14, we get 14, we get 13, 13, 13, we get 12, at 12 here, but about 12, here we get 12, 12 now, quarter and a half, here, but about 12, 50, at 12, 50, 75 to 13, 13, 13, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter, half, at 13 a half, 75 to 14, 14, but about 14, at 14, 14 a quarter, we get 14 a quarter, 14 a quarter, at 14, we get 14 a quarter, 14, we get 14 a quarter, sold it over 1,400, 40 on 20. 28.70 bull calf, 28.70 on the bull calf. Right team, but about 400. Here we get 4, we get 4, we get 4, we get 4, 2, 2, but about 2, we get 200, we get 2, 2, 2, 2, but about 2, we get 2, we get 200 here, but about 1, at 1 here, but about 1 now quarter, 1 here, but about 1 a quarter, at 1, 1 a quarter, 1 here, but about 1 a quarter, 1 a quarter, half, now 75, 1, 75, 2, we get 2 now quarter, at 2 and a quarter, half, 75, 2, 75, 3, 3, but about 300 now quarter, 3 and a quarter now half, here, but about 350, at 350, 325, here, but about 50, 350, 75, 3, 75, 75, here, but about 3, 75, 4, 3, 75, here, but about 4, Tuesday 4, here, but about 400 now quarter, we get 4 and a quarter, we get 4 and a quarter, at 4 and a quarter, half, here, but about 450, 75, here, we get 4, 75, at 4, 75, 5, here, but about 500, here, we get 5, 4, 75, here, we get 5, 4, 75, here, we get 5, sold it over 475, 5,900. 28.99 bull calf, right there. Here we go. There, about 1,100. 11. Here we get 11. We get 11. We get 1,000. Here, about 1,000. We get 1,000. Here we get 10. About 1,000. We get 1,000. Quarter. About 10. We get 10 a quarter. 10. 10 a quarter. We get 10 a quarter. Answer that, please. Here, about 10 a quarter. Half. 10. 50. 75. Here, about 10. 75. 10. 75. Here we get 10. 75. 10. 50. 10. 75. 11. We get 1,100. We get 11. 11 an hour quarter. 11 a quarter. Half. Here, about 50. 11.50. We get 50. 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 11.50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 50. We get 50. I'm right here. 11.25. 50. What about 50? We get 50. Sold it over 11.25, 90, 100. 28.89 heifer, 28.89 on the heifer. Right here we go. This one. Bottom on 7. Somebody get 5. Here bottom on 5. $500. Everybody get 5. 5 here. Bottom on 5. Here bottom on 5. 3. Bottom on $300. Everybody get 3. 3. Bottom on 3. Everybody get $300. Everybody get 3. Everybody get 3. 2. Bottom on 2. Everybody get 200. Everybody get 200. Here bottom at 1 here. Quarter. At 100 here. Everybody get 1 quarter. 1 here. Bottom at 1 quarter. Half. Here bottom on 50. Somebody 5. 1. Somebody 5. Somebody 5. At 150. Somebody 5. Down 2. Now quarter half. Here bottom at 250. At 250, somebody about 2, somebody about 3, bottom about 300 now, quarter, 3 1/4, you gotta be 3 1/4, 3 1/4, everybody get 3 1/4, 3 1/4, half, yeah, bottom about 350, at 350, bottom about 50, get 350, at 350, everybody get 50, everybody get 350, 75, 375 here, bottom on 3, somebody about 3, sold it over 350, put them on number 85.95. 28.81 bull calf right here. Listen, here we go. There, bottom on 6. Here we go. City, we go. 5. Here, bottom on 5. 500. Here, bottom on 5. Here we go. 5. Here we go. 5. 300 now. 3 quarter. 3 1/4 half. Here, bottom on 350. Somebody about 4. We go 4 1/4 now. Half. Here, bottom on 450. 75 now. 5. Here, bottom on 500 now. Quarter. 5 1/4. $500 now. 5 1/4 half. Here, bottom on 550. 75. 5. Somebody about 6. Here we go. City, we go. 6. 5. Somebody about here, bottom on 6. 5. Somebody about here, bottom on 6 and now quarter. 6 1/4. Everybody get 6 1/4. 6 1/4 half. Here, bottom on 650. Somebody buy 6 5. Everybody get 6 5. 6 5 here now. $700. Everybody get 7. 6 5 here, bottom on 7. Everybody get 7. 6 5 here, bottom on 7. Sold it over 675. 5,900. Yeah, 28.88 heifer. At 28.88 on a heifer. Here we go. All right, tail us and bottom on 3, bottom on 300. Everybody get 3, bottom on 3. Everybody get 3, everybody get 3, 2, bottom on 200. Everybody get 2. And now quarter, bottom on 2. Everybody get 2 1/4. Everybody get 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Bottom on 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Bottom on 2 1/4 half. Yeah, bottom on 250. 75. 2 75. 3 bottom on 300 now. Quarter. 3 1/4. Bottom on 3 1/4. 3 1/4 half. Yeah, bottom on 350. 350. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 350. 50. Bottom on 50. 325. Yeah, bottom on 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. 325. Yeah, bottom on 50. 350. Sold it over 325. 110's a buyer, 110. 28.80 bull calf, 28.80 on the bull calf here. Right here, bottom on 6, here, bottom on 5, here, bottom on 5, here, bottom on 5, 5 here, bottom on 5, here, bottom on 5, 4, but get $400 now, quarter, at 4 1/4, but get 4 1/4, at $400, but get 4 1/4, 4, but get 4 1/4, but get 4 1/4, 4 1/4 half, here, bottom on 450, 75, 4 75, and now 5, here, bottom on $500 now, quarter, but get 5 here, but get 5 1/4, at 5 1/4, 5 here, bottom on 5 1/4, but get 5 1/4, at 5 here, bottom on 5 1/4, 5 here, bottom on 5 1/4, sold it over 500. 27.95, 27.95. 29.04 bull calf, 29.04 on the bull calf. Right here, bottom at 12. Here we get 1,200. Everybody get 12. At 12 here, quarter. Bottom at 12. Here we get 12 1/4 half. Here, bottom at 12.50. 75. 12.75. At 12, somebody about 13. 12.80. Now 90. 12.90. Bottom on 90. We get 90 now. 13. 10. 10. Bottom on 10. We get 13. 10. 10. We get 10. Sold up over 1,300. 40 on 1. 28.79 bull calf, 28.79 on the bull calf. Right here, no Sunday, bottom on 7. Anybody get 5. Hit 5 here, bottom on 5. Here, bottom on $500. Everybody get 5. Here, bottom on 5. Here, bottom on 5. Here, we get 5. 4, bottom on 4. Everybody get 4. Everybody get 3. At 300, here, bottom on 3. Everybody get $300. Everybody get 3. 3. Bottom on 3. 2 quarter, bottom on 2. Everybody get 2 1/4 now. Half. Here, bottom on 250. Somebody 5 here now. 3. At 3 quarter. 3 1/4 half. Here, bottom on 50. Somebody 5. 3. Somebody 4. Bottom on 400 now. Quarter. At 4 1/4 now. Half. Here, bottom on 450. Somebody 5. 4 somebody 5 down 5. Here, bottom on 5. Here, 4 somebody 5. Here, bottom on 5. 4 somebody 5. Here, bottom on 5. Here, we get 5. Here, we get 5. 4 somebody 5. Here, bottom on 5. Sold it over 475. 27.95. 27.95. 28.93 bull calf. 28.93 on the bull calf. Here we go. Right down on Sunday, bottom on 5. Here, bottom on 5. Here, we get 5. Here, we get 5. 3. Bottom on 300. Here, we get 3. At 300. Bottom on 3. We get 300. Here, we get 3. 200 now. Quarter. 2 1/4. Bottom on 2 1/4. At 2 1/4. Bottom on 2. We get 2 1/4. We get 2 1/4. 2. Bottom on 2 1/4. At $200 now. Quarter. We get 2. We get 2. We get 2 1/4 half. Here, bottom on 250. 75. 2 75. 2 75. 3. We get 3. We get 3 quarter. At 3 1/4. 3 1/4. We get 3 1/4. We get 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Sold at over 300. 85.95. 28, 87, bull calf, 28, 87 on the bull calf, 3, bottom on 3, 300, bottom on 3, we get 3, 2, 2, 2, bottom on 2, we get 2, we get 200, bottom at 1 quarter, 1, bottom at 1 a quarter, at 1 here, 1 a quarter, 1, bottom at 1 a quarter, 125, at 125, 125, here, bottom 125, 50, 150, bottom 75, 175, 2, bottom at $200 now, quarter, we get 2, 2 and a quarter, half, here, bottom at 250, 75, at 275, 275, here, bottom on 275, yes or no, we get 275, 275, here, we get 275, and now 3, at 300, we get 3, 3, 3, quarter, 3 and a quarter, half. Here, bottom on 350, 350, we get 350, sold at over 325, 51, 33. 2876, 2876, bull calf. Right here we go. Down bottom on 6. Here we get city, we get city, we get fame. Bottom on 4. And 4. Here bottom on 4. We get 4, we get 4, we get 3. 300 now, quarter. 3, 3 and a quarter. We get 3 and a quarter. At 300 now, quarter and a half. Here bottom on 350. Somebody 5 down. 4. We get 4 now, quarter. We get 4 and a quarter. Now half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. 75. 4. Somebody 5 here. We're down 500 now, quarter. 5 and a quarter. Now half. Here we get 550. At 550. We get 50. We get 50. We get 550. 550. We get 550. At 525. Here bottom on 50. We get 50, we get 50, sold at over 525, 50, 900, 28, 73. You said bull calf. And on the bull calf, right there, but about 3, 3, but about 300 here, but about 3, we get 3, we get 3, we get 3, we get 3, 3, 3, 3, but about 3, we get 3, we get 3, we get 3, 2, an out quarter, $200 now quarter, but about 2, we get 2 and a quarter, we get 2 and a quarter, $200 now quarter, but about 2, we get 2, we get 2 and a quarter, half, but about 250, somebody about 2, somebody about 3, 300 now quarter, 3 and a quarter, we get 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, hey, but about 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, half, 3 and a half, 75, 3, somebody about 4, we get $400 now quarter, at 4 and a quarter now half, here we get 4 and a half, 4 and a half, somebody about here, but about 475, down 5 here, but about 5, here we get 5, sold at over 475, 85, 95. 28, 84, bull calf, 28, 84 on the bull calf, here, but about 4, we get 400, we get 4, we get 4, we get 4, we get 4, we get 3, 300, we get 3, we get 3, 2, 2, 2, but I'm on 2, we get 200, we get 2, we get 2, we get 2, we get 200 now, quarter, head 1 here, but about 1 a quarter, 1 a quarter, we get 1 a quarter, head 1 here, but about 1 a quarter, 1 here, but about 1 a quarter, now 1 a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, now 2, 200 now, quarter and a half, here, but about 250, 75, 275, 275, 3, we get 3, we get 3, we get 3, we get 3, 275, here, but I'm on 3, quarter, we get 3, we get 3 and a quarter, we get 3 and a quarter, 3 here, but I'm on 3 and a quarter, we get 3, we get 3 and a quarter, we get 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, sold at over 385, 95. 29, 23, bull calf, 29, 23 on the bull calf, 15, 15 quarter, but I get 15 a quarter, half, you put them on 15 a half, 75, 15, 75, 16, 16, 16 a quarter, 16, 16 a quarter, half, you put them on 16 a half, 16 a half, here we get 16 a half, here we get 16 a half, 16 a half, sold at over 16 a quarter, 40 on 20. 28, 71, bull calf, 28, 71 on the bull calf here. I think about on 3, everybody get 300, everybody get 3, everybody get 3 quarter, $300 now quarter, everybody get 3, 3 and a quarter, 3 here, everybody get 3 and a quarter, $300 now quarter, everybody get 3 and a quarter, 3, 3 and a quarter, everybody get 3 and a quarter, sold at over 300, put them on 85, 95. 28, 83 heifer, 28, 83 on a heifer here, 100, here, but a bit one, here, but a bit one, but come on, but come on, but come on, but come on, 50, but I'm on 50, 50, 75, 50, but get 75, 75, 75, here, but I'm on 75, $50 now, 75, $50 now, 75, hell, 100, here, but a bit one, now quarter, 1 quarter now, half, here, but a bit 150, 75, 175, 2, but get 2, but get 2 now, quarter, 2 and a quarter, but get 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter now, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 250, 250, but get 50, but get 50, but get 250, 75, 2, 75, 3, 3, but I'm on 3, 3 and a quarter, 3, 3 and a quarter, but get 3 and a quarter, but I'm on 3, but get 3 and a quarter, half, you, but I'm on 350, 350, but get 50, but get 50, but get 50, sold at over 325, 85, 95. Yeah, 28, 86 heifer, 28, 86 on the heifer. Retain, but I'm on 5. Here we get 500. Here we get 5. Here we get 5. Here we get 5. 3, 3. Do you say 3? 3, 3, 2 quarter. $200 now quarter. Here we get 2, 2 and a quarter. Now we're on 2 and a quarter. 2, 2 and a quarter. Here we get 2 and a quarter. $200 now quarter. Here we get 2. We get 2. We get 2. We get 2 and a quarter. Sold at over 285, 95. 29, 45, bull calf, 29, 45 on the bull calf. Retain, but about 15, 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15, 15 a quarter, but about quarter, but get 15 a quarter, $1,500 now quarter, half, yeah, but about 15 a half, 15 a half, 75, now 16, 16, 16, but about 16, 15, something about 16, 16, but get 60, but get 60, but get 16, sold at over 15, 75, 10, 31, 29, 21. Bull calf, right here. Here we go on this one. Right here, but I'm going to do, but I get 12. Here, but I'm at $1,200, but I get 12. Quarter, half. Here, but I'm at 12.50. 12.50, but I'm on 50. Somebody about 12. Somebody about 13. 13 a quarter, half. Here, but I'm about 13 and a half. Somebody 5 to 14. 14, but I get 14. Now quarter, but I get 14 a quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 14 and a half. Somebody 5 to 15. 15 a quarter. 15 a quarter, half. Here, but I'm on 15 and a half. Somebody 5 to 16. 16, 16, but I get 16. 16, but I get 16. 15, somebody 5 here at 16. Sold it over 15. Somebody 5. 40 on 20. 28.82, bull calf, 28.82 on the bull calf. Here, but about 5, here, but about 5, here, 500, here, but about 5, here, but about 500, everybody get 5, here, but about 5, G's 8, 3, 3, 3, 2, quarter, at $2, but about 2 and a quarter, everybody get 2, 2 and a quarter, everybody get 2 and a quarter, at $200 and a quarter, but about 2 and a quarter, 2, 2 and a quarter, everybody get 2 and a quarter, half, here, but about 250, 75, 275, down 3, 3, but about 3 quarter, at 3 and a quarter, half, here, but about 350, 75, 3, 75, now 4, but about 400 now quarter, at 4, 4 and a quarter, everybody get 4 and a quarter, 4, everybody get 4, everybody get 4 and a quarter, sold at over 400. Put them on 85.95. 29.09 bull calf, 29.09 on the bull calf. Right there, but I'm at 9 here. Everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, 8. At 800, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 7, everybody get 5 here, but I'm on 5. Hit 5 here, but I'm on 5, 2 quarter, but I'm at 2, everybody get 2 and a quarter, half. What about 250, 75 here, everybody get 2, 75, 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, quarter, half. 350, 75, now 4, now quarter, now half here, now 75, 5 here, but I'm on 5, 5 here, now quarter, half. Hit 5 and a half, 75, 5, 75, 6, everybody get 6 and now quarter, but I'm on quarter, everybody get 6 and a quarter, $600 now quarter, everybody get 60, everybody get 6 and a quarter. Everybody gets 6 and a quarter, 60, everybody gets 60, everybody gets 6 and a quarter, sold at over 600, 10, 31, 29, 20. Heifer, 29.20 on a heifer. Right there. Here we go on this one there, but I'm on 8, everybody give 8, everybody give 8, everybody give 8, 7, everybody give 800 now quarter. Heifer, 800, quarter, 12, now quarter, 12 and a quarter, everybody get 12 and a quarter, everybody get 12, everybody get 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12, everybody get 12 and a quarter, half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 75, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, but about 13, 13, 13, 13, everybody get 13, 12, 75, but about 13, sold it over 12, 75, 10, 31. 29.85 heifer, 29.85 heifer, right there, here we go on this one, everybody get 1,000, 1,000, everybody get down, but about 1,000, everybody get down, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 1,000, everybody get 1,000, everybody get down, everybody get 900, at 9 here, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, 8 here, everybody get 800, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, everybody get 800, everybody get 8, at 8 here, everybody get 8, everybody get 8 here, everybody get 8, everybody get 8, 6, everybody get 6, everybody get 60, everybody get 60 now quarter, at 3, 3 down quarter, 3, 6 here and a quarter, at 6 here, but about 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, at 6 here now quarter, but about 60, everybody get 6 and a quarter, 60, everybody get 6 and a quarter, at 6 and a quarter, 6 and a quarter, everybody get 60, everybody get 625, sold right over 600. 28.90 heifer, 28.90 on heifer, 3, 3, but I'm on 300, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, 2, 2 quarter, but I'm on 2, everybody get 2 and a quarter, everybody get 2 and a quarter, 2, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a quarter, but I'm on 2 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 250, 75, 275, down 3, 300 now quarter, 3 and a quarter, everybody get 3 and a quarter, half, at 350, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 350, 75, 375, everybody get 375, 375, everybody get 375, sold it over 350, 85, 95. 28.77 bull calf, right there, but about 5, here, but about 5, everybody get 5, 3, 3, but about 300, everybody get 3, at 300 now, but about 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3, 2, 200, everybody get 2, 2, 2, but about 2, at 100 here, now quarter, 1 here, what about 1 a quarter, 1 here, what about 1 a quarter, at now half, 150, 75, 175, 2, everybody get 2, everybody get 2, now quarter, now half, 2 and a half, 75, 2, 75, 3, everybody get 3, everybody get 3 quarter, at 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, half, here, what about 350, at 350, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 350, 350, everybody get 350, everybody get 350, sold up over 325. It's at 51.33. 29.87. Bull calf, right there, but about 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get down, but about 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. A thing, but about 1,000. Everybody get 900. Everybody get 9. 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 8. Everybody give $800 now quarter. Out 8 here. Everybody give 8 and a quarter. 8 here. Everybody give 8 and a quarter. Out $800. Everybody give 8 and a quarter. 8 here. Everybody give 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter. Everybody give 8 and a quarter. $800 now quarter. Everybody give 8. Everybody give 8 and a quarter. Sold at over 810. 31. 29.89 bull calf, 29.89 bull calf, right there, but about 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, everybody get 9, now quarter, 9, everybody get 9, a quarter, everybody get 9, a quarter, now half, 950, 75, 975, here, everybody get 1,000, now quarter, but I'm 10, a quarter, half, here, but I'm 10, 50, 75, 10, 75, 11, now quarter, 11, a quarter, half, here, but I'm 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, at 12, here, everybody get 12, here, everybody get 12, here, everybody get 12, 11, 75, here, everybody get 12, now quarter, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a quarter, 10, 10, 20, everybody get 12, 20, 12, 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 20, everybody get 12, 20, sold it over 12, 10, 10, 31, 3081, 3081 bull calf. Right there, but about 15, 15, everybody get 50, everybody get 14, 14, but about 14 a quarter, half, here, but about 14 a half, 75, 14, 75, 75, 75 to 15, 15, 15 a quarter, at 15 a quarter, half, here, but about 15 a half, 75, 15, 75, 75, 75, everybody get 15, 75, sold it over 15 a half, 90, 100, 30, 76, bull calf, but about 15, 1500, here, but about 15, 15, 15, we get 15, we get 15, 15 a quarter, at 15 a quarter, half, here, but about 15 a half, 15 a half, 15 a half, 75, 15, 75, 75, 75, 15, 75, sold it over 15, 50, 40 on 20. Yeah, 3087 bull calf, 3087 on the bull calf here, right here, here we go, right here, but I'm on 12, here we get 1200, everybody get 12, 12 here, but I'm on 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, 11, 11, here we get 1100 now, quarter, 11 here, we get 11 a quarter, 11 here now, quarter, 11 here, we get 11 a quarter, 11, 25, 15, but I'm on 50, 75, 75, 75, 12, here, but I'm on 1200, 12 here, but I'm on 12, 11, 75, here, but I'm on 12, 11, we get 80, 11, 80, we get 80, we get 80, sold at over 11, 75, 10, 31. 31, 21, bull calf, 31, 21 on the bull calf, right here, but I'm at 12, here we get 1200, here we get 12, and 1200, here, but I'm on 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, 11, 1100, here we get 11, 11, here we get 11, here we get 1100, here we get 11, 11, here we get 1,000, here we get 1,000, but I'm on 1,000, here we get 1,000, here we get 900, at 9 here, here we get 9, here we get 9 quarter, 9 here we get 9 quarter, we get 9 a quarter, 9, 9 a quarter, and 9 a quarter half, here, but I'm on 50, 950, 75, 9, 75, here we get 1,000, now quarter, but I'm a quarter half, here, but I'm on 10, 50, 75, and now 11, we get 1,100, now quarter, 11 a quarter, we get 11, 25, 50, 50, we get 50, we get 50, 75, 11, 75, 75, 12, here, but I'm on 12, 11, 75, here, we get 12, sold at over 11, 75, 10, 31, 30, 108, heifer, yeah, 30, 108 on a heifer. Here we go, right there on this one. Right there, but I'm on 12. Here we get 12. Here, but I'm on 12. Here, but I'm on 12. Here, but I'm on 1,200. Here we get 11. And now quarter. 1,100 now quarter. 11. Here we get 11 a quarter. 11.25. 11.25. 11.25. 50. But I'm on 50. We get 50. 75. 75. 12. Here, but I'm at 12. 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter. Half. 12 and a half. 75. At 12.75. 12.75. Here we get 12.75. 12.75. Sold at over 12.50. 40 on 20. 40 on 20. 31.12 heifer. 31.12 on a heifer. Right here, but I'm on 5, here, but I'm on 5, here, but I'm on 5, 3, 3, 3, 3, but I'm on 3, but you get 3, but you get 3, but you get 3, 200, here, but I'm on 2, 200, but you get 2, 2, 2, quarter, but I'm on 2, but you get 2, but you get 2 and a quarter, but you get 2 and a quarter, and now half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 75, 2, 75, 3, but I'm on 300 now, quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, 3 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 350, 75, internet, 375, 350, 375, internet, trout, here, but I'm on 375, 350, but you get 375, here, but I'm on 375, 375, sold at over 350, 85, 95. Yeah, 3088 bull calf. Yeah, 3088 bull calf. And but I'm on 1,000. Here we get 10. But I'm on 1,000. Here we get 1,000. Here we get 9 here. 9 here. But I'm on 9. Here we get 9. We get 9. Quarter half. Here but I'm on 950. Now 75. 975. Here we get 1,000. Now quarter half. Here but I'm on 1050. 75. Here we get 1075. 1050. 1075. Now 11. 11 here. Now quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter half. Here but I'm on 50. 75. 11 75. 75. 75. 75. 11 75. 75. Sold it over 1150. 90. 100. 3101 bull calf, 3101 on the bull calf. Right here on this one, 19, but I'm on 5, here, but I'm on 5, here, but I'm on 5, here, but I get 5, 3, and 3, 3, 3, 3, but I'm on 3, 2, 2, but I'm on $200 now, quarter, here, but I get 2, 2 and a quarter, but I get 2 and a quarter, and now half, 2 and a half, 75, 2, 75, 3, 3, but I'm on 300 now, quarter, 3, 3 and a quarter, half, and what about 350, 75, 3, 75, here, but I get 375, 375, 350, but I get 375, sold it over 350, 85, 95. 3086 bull calf, 3086 on the bull calf, and right here, but I'm at 9, here we go 900, we go 9, we go 9, we go 9, 8, at 8 here, we go 8, quarter, half, here, but I'm on 850, 75, now 9, we go 1,000, quarter, half, here, but I'm on 1050, 1050, 75, 10, 75, 10, 75, 10, 75 here, 10, 75, now 11, 1100, now quarter, 11 a quarter, we go 11 a quarter, 11 a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 50, 75, 11, 75, 11, 75, 75, 75, sold it over 1150, 90, 100, 2903, 2903 on the bull calf. But I'm 11, we get 1100, we get 11, now quarter, 11 a quarter, we get 25, 50, we get 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, here we get 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 here, we get 12 and a quarter, 12 here, we get 12, here we get 12, here we get 12 and a quarter, now half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 75, 12, 75, sold at over 1250, 40 on 1, 30, 80, you said heifer? On a heifer, right there, but I'm at 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here now quarter, here we get 12, 12 and a quarter, half, 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 75, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13 and a quarter, and now half, 13 and a half, 13 and a half, here we get 13 and a half, 13 and a half, 75, 13, 75, 75, here we get 13, 75, 75, 13, 75, 75, sold it over 13 and a half, 40 on 20, 31, 16, bull calf. 31-16 on the bull calf. Right here, we give 8, we give 8, we give 8, 6. Here we get 60, we get 60, we get 60, we get 60, we get 5. Hit 5 here, quarter, $500 now, quarter, we get $500 now, quarter, we get 5 and a quarter. Hit 5, 5 and a quarter, we get 5 and a quarter, $500 now, quarter, we get 5 here, we get 5 and a quarter, 5, 5 and a quarter, we get 5 and a quarter, 525. Sold it over 540 on 2. 3104 bull calf, 3104 on the bull calf. Here we go. Return. Everybody give eight. Everybody give 800. Everybody give eight. Everybody give eight. Everybody give eight. Everybody give eight. Six. Everybody give six. Everybody give city. Everybody give city. Everybody give city. Everybody give city. Everybody give five. An out quarter. At $500 an out quarter. Everybody give five here. Everybody on five and a quarter. Five here. Everybody on five. Everybody give five and a quarter. Five here. Everybody give five and a quarter. Everybody give five and a quarter. 500 now half. Five and a half. 75. 575. An out $600 now. Everybody get six. Six here and a quarter. Six here. Everybody get six and a quarter. Let's see here. I'm right there. 600 now quarter. Everybody get six here. Everybody get six and a quarter. Six and a quarter. Everybody get six and a quarter. $600 now quarter. Everybody get six and a quarter. Sold it over 600. 87.94, 87.94. 30.97 bull calf, 30.97 on the bull calf. Retain bottom 12, here bottom 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here we get 12, here bottom 12, here we get 12, 11, 1100, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, everybody get 11, bottom 10, everybody get 1100, everybody get 11, everybody get 11 and a quarter, 1125, 25, here we get 1125, 1125, here bottom 1125, 25, here we get 25, here we get 1125, 1100 now 1125, and now 50, 1150, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, 1125, here we get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, everybody get 50, sold at over 1125, 10, 31. 30.83 heifer, 30.83 on the heifer. Retain bottom 1,000. Everybody get bottom 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Quarter. Bottom 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter half. Bottom 10. 50. 75. 11. $1,100 now. Quarter and a half. 1150. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. 75. 11. 75. 12. Everybody get 12. Here bottom 12. Now quarter. 12 and a quarter. 12 and a quarter. You want everybody get 12 and a quarter. Now half. 12 and a half. 12 and a half. 12 and a half. Here bottom 1250. Now 75. 12. 75. Here everybody get 12. 75. 13. 13 a quarter. 13 a quarter. 13. Everybody get 13 a quarter. Sold it over 13. 40 on 5. 40 on 5. 30.77 heifer, 30.77 on a heifer. Here we go. There, bottom 1,000. Out there, bottom 1,000. Everybody get down, bottom 1,000. Everybody get down, bottom 1,000. Quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter. Everybody get 10 a quarter half. 10 bottom 10, 50, 75. And now 11, $1,100 now quarter. 11 a quarter half. Here bottom 50, 75. 11, 75, 12. At 12, 12 and a quarter half. Here bottom 12, 50. At 12, 50. Everybody get 12, 50. Everybody get 12, 50. G say 12, 50. 50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 12, 50. Sold it over 12, 25. 40 on 5. 31, 13. Bull calf, 31-13. Bull calf here, right here, bottom 11. Everybody 11, everybody 11. 11, everybody 11, everybody 11. 11, everybody 11. 11, everybody 11, everybody 1100. Everybody 11, everybody 11, everybody 11, everybody 11, everybody 11. 1,000, quarter, half. Here, bottom 10, 50, 75 here. Now 11 and now quarter. 11 a quarter, half. Here, bottom 50, 75. 11, 75, 12. Here, bottom 12. 11, 75. Here, everybody get 12. 11, 75. Here, everybody get 12. Here, everybody get 12. Sold it over 11, 75. 10, 31. Yeah, 30.85 bull calf, 30.85 on the bull calf. Retain bottom about 14, 14, bottom about 14. We get 14 a quarter half. Here bottom about 14 and a half, 75. Here down 15, 15, 15 a quarter, 15 a quarter. At 15 a quarter half, 15 and a half, 75, 15, 75, 75. Here we get 75, 16. 16, we get 16, 15, 75. Here we get 16, 15, 75. Here we get 16. Sold it over 15, 75, 90, 100. Yeah, 30.96 bull calf, 30.96 on the bull calf. Retain everybody 1,100. Everybody 11. Everybody get 1,000. 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 10. About $1,000 now quarter. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 10 a quarter half. Everybody about 10.50. 10.50. 75 here now 11. 1,100. Everybody get 11. 11 and now quarter. 11 a quarter. 11 a quarter. Everybody get 11. 25.50. 11.50. Everybody get 50. Everybody get 50. 75. 11.75. 11.50. 75. 11.50. Everybody get 75 here. Everybody get 11.75. Sold it over 11.50. 10.31. 30.95. On a heifer, 30.95 heifer. At aim bottom 9. Here we get 9. We get 9. We get 9. 8. Here we get 800. We get 8. Here we get 8. We get 8. We get 8. Here we get 8. 7. 7 on now quarter. 7. 7 a quarter. We get 7 a quarter. 7. 7 a quarter. We get 7 a quarter. $700 now quarter. We get 7. 7 a quarter. We get 7 a quarter. 7. 7 a quarter. We get 7 a quarter. 7. 7. We get 7. We get 7 a quarter. We get 7 a quarter. Sold it over 700. 90. 100. 30.79 bull calf, 30.79 bull calf, 15, 15, bottom 15, we get 50, we get 50, we get 15, 15, 15 a quarter, at 15 a quarter, we get 15, we get 15 a quarter half, 15 a half, 15 a half, 15 a half, we get 15 a half, got to be 15 a half, at 15 a half, see bottom 15 a half, 15 a half, we get 15 a half, 15 a half, sold it over 15 a quarter, 90, 100. 30.91 heifer, 30.91 heifer. Here we go there. I tell you about 14, 14, but about 14, 14, but about 14, 14. We get 14, 13, 13, 1300. We get 13, 13, 13. We get 13, 13 a quarter, 13, 13 a quarter. But about quarter, we get 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter. We get 13 a quarter, 13 a quarter. 13, we get 13, we get 13 a quarter. Sold it over 1,300. 40 on 20, 40 on 20. 31, 15 heifer, 31, 15 on the heifer. Right here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 500. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I get 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I'm on 5. Here, but I get 5. 3, 3, 3, 3. But I'm on 3. But I get 3. But I get 3. But I get 300. Here, but I'm on 3. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2. But I'm on 2. But I get 2. But I'm on 2. But I get 2. Quarter. But I'm at 2, 2 and a quarter half. 250. But I'm on 50. But I get 50. Something about 2. Something about 3, 3. But I'm on 3. Quarter. 3 and a quarter. But I'm on 3. 3 and a quarter. Gotta be 3 and a quarter. 3, 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 350. Internet. 350. 350. But I get 50. But I get 50. But I get 350. 325. Here, but I'm on 50. But I get 50. But I get 50. 325. Here, but I'm on 50. 75 at 375. Internet's on 350. 75. See what I'm on 75. Here we get 375 at 350. We get 375. Sold it over 350. Internet's way. 448. 448. Yeah, 3078 heifer. 3078 on a heifer. Right here, what about 4? Over to get 400. What about 4? Over to get 4. 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 Over to get 3. 3, 3, 3. What about 3? 2. 200. Over to get 2. 2, 2 quarter. But about 2. Over to get 2 and a quarter. Over to get 2 and a quarter half. Here, what about 250? 75. Now 3. 300. Over to get 3. 3 and a quarter. 3 and a quarter half. Here, what about 350? Now 75. 375. 375. Here, what about 375? At 350. 375. Here, what about 375? Sold your way for 350. 110. 31-17, bull calf, 31-17, ain't on a bull calf here at 10, but I'm on 15, 15, but I'm on 15, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 50, but I get 14, at 14, 14, but I'm on 14, 13, 13, 13, but I get 12, but I'm on 12, here, but I get 12, here, but I get 12, here, but I get 1,000, up there, but I'm on 1,000, but I get 1,000, here, but I get 1,000, but I'm on 1,000, here, but I get 1,000, here, but I get 800, here, but I get 8, here, but I get 8, at 8 here, but I'm on 8, 7, 7, but I get 7, but I get 5 here, but I'm on 5, 5 here, quarter, 500 now, quarter, but I get 5 and a quarter, at 500 now, quarter and a half, here, but I'm on 550, 75 now, 6 now, quarter now, half, 6 and a half, 75, 6, 75 now, 7, 7, 7 now, quarter, 7 and a quarter, half, here, but I'm on 750, 75 here, but I get 7, 75 here, but I get 8, but I get 8 now, quarter and a half, at 850, 75, 8, 75, 9, but I get 9, but I get 9 now, quarter now, half, here, but I'm on 50, at 950, internet here, but I get 950, at 925 here, but I get 950, internet trail here, but I get 950, 925 here, but I get 950, 950, sold at over 925, 40 on 5. Yeah, 3,100 bull calf, 3,100 on the bull calf here, right here. Here we go on this one. We're going to get 1,000. Nobody get 10, but I'm on 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Quarter, but I'm at 10. Everybody get 10 and a quarter. 10, 10 and a quarter, but I'm on 10 and a quarter. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 10. Everybody get 10 and a quarter. Everybody get 10, 25. 10, but I'm on 10, 25. 10, 25. GZ 10, 25, 50. But I'm on 50, 75. 10, 75. Here, everybody get 10, 75. At 10, 75 here now 11. $1,100 now quarter. 11 and a quarter half. Here, but I'm on 50, 1150. 1150, 75. Now 12. Here, but I'm on 12. 1175. Here, everybody get 12. 1175. Here, everybody get 12. Here, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, sold at over 1175, 8794, 8794, 3090 heifer, 3090 on the heifer. Here we go. All right, on this one, everybody on 10, everybody get 1,200, everybody on 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 1,000, 1,000, everybody on 1,000, everybody get 1,000 now, quarter, everybody on 10, everybody get 10, everybody get 10, a quarter, everybody get 10, 25, at 10, 25, everybody on 10, 25, 10, 25, everybody on 10, 25, everybody get 10, 25, 50, everybody get 10, 50, 75, and now 11, $1,100 now, quarter, 11 and a quarter half, everybody on 50, 75, 11, 75, 12, 12 here now, quarter, everybody get 12 and a quarter half, everybody on 12, 50, 75, everybody get 12, 75, 12, 50, everybody get 12, 75, everybody get 12, 75, 12, 50, everybody get 12, 75, sold at over 1250. 40 on 5. 28, 65. Bull calf. 28, 65 on the bull calf. Here we go. Right there on this one. Right here, everybody at 12. Here we get 1,200. Everybody get 12. 12 here, quarter. Everybody get 12. Here, everybody get 12 and a quarter. At 12, 12. Everybody at 10, 10, 20. Everybody get 12, 20. Now 30. Everybody on 30, 40. Everybody get 12, 40. At 12, 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 12, 40. At 12, 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 12, 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 40. Everybody get 40. Sold at over 12, 30, 10, 31. 30, 102. Bull calf, 3102 on the bull calf. Right here, everybody get 1,000. Anybody on 1,000, everybody get 1,000. Anybody get 10, everybody on 1,009. Now quarter, 9, everybody get 9 and a quarter half. Everybody on 50, 75, 9, 75, everybody get 1,000. Up there, everybody on 1,000, everybody get 1,000. $1,000, everybody get 1,000. Everybody on 1,000, everybody get 1,000. 1,000 quarter, everybody get 10, everybody get 10, everybody get 10 and a quarter half. 10, 50, 75, here, everybody get 10, 75, here, everybody get $1,100 now. Quarter, 11 and a quarter half. Here, everybody on 50, 75, 11, 75, 75, here, everybody get 1175. Now 12 here, everybody on 12. Now quarter, everybody get 12, here, everybody get 12 and a quarter. 12 here, everybody get 12 and a quarter. 12 here, everybody get 12, everybody get 12, everybody get 12 and a quarter. Sold at over 1,200. 8794, 8794. Yeah, 3098 bull calf here, right there. 3098 bull calf. Anybody on 1,000? 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. 1,000. Everybody on 1,000. Everybody get 10. Everybody on 1,000. Everybody get 1,000. Everybody get 900. 9 here. Everybody on 9. Here. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. 8. Here. Everybody get $800 now. Quarter half. Here. Everybody on 850. 75. Now 9 here. Everybody get $900. Everybody get 9. Here. Everybody get 9. Everybody get 9. 875. Here. Everybody get 9. Now quarter. 9 a quarter half. Here. Everybody on 950. 75. 975. Here. Everybody get 10. Everybody on 10. Now quarter. 10 a quarter half. Here. Everybody on 1050. 75. 1075. Here. Everybody get 11. 1100, here we go 11, 1075, here we go 11, 1075, here we go 11. Sold at over 1075, 8794.